children, and welcome to the social science class. This is class 6, and we are going to start the new chapter of history. It's chapter number 5, What Books and Burials Tell Us. It's our lecture number 1. Firstly, have a look there on the name of the chapter. What books and burials tell us? If we talk about books, now at present we are having different type of books with us. Our syllabus book, story book, magazine, different books we are having. But here in this chapter we will be talking about the oldest book. Then burial. Burial means where the dead bodies were buried under the ground. So what evidences the archaeologists they got or they found from books and burials? The chapter is all about these things. Now, the topics that we will discuss today, they are Vedas, language family, topic for prayers, reasons for battle. These all are related to the evidences that archaeologists or historians found from books and burials that we will be covering in next lecture. So today about the books. The first topic is Veda. Veda basically it is the oldest book we can say. There are 4 Vedas. The oldest book is considered as Rig Veda. And these 4 Vedas are there, the 4 main books of Hindus Rig Veda, Sham Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. These are the names of 4 Vedas. And Rig Veda is considered as oldest book. If anyone asks that which is the oldest book, so the oldest book is Rig Veda. But there are 4 Vedas. Now let's learn about these. Basically in this chapter we will be learning about Rig Veda. What was given there in Rig Veda about the earliest people. The oldest book Veda, Rig Veda. So what are the features we can write here? Firstly, it was composed near about 3500 years ago. Means the evidences of Rig Veda, they were found that it was composed near about 3500 years ago. It has more than 1000 hymns. The book Rig Veda, which is having more than 1000 hymns. Now the question is there, what is hymn? Hymns basically suktas, they are known as suktas or well said. Matlab the things those are said by someone. कोई चीज किसी की कही हुई. And basically these hymns were written by the sages, rishis you can say. So the oldest Veda, Rig Veda, was composed near about 3500 years ago, and more than 1000 hymns are present there in Rig Veda. Now little more about that. These hymns were composed by sages. As I told you, these hymns were basically composed by rishis, the learned people of that time. These hymns are in praise of gods and goddesses. Means the hymns or well said those were given there in Rig Veda, they were written in praise of gods and goddesses. Basically, if we talk about Rig Veda, the 3 gods, those were famous at that time. They were Agni, the god of fire, Indra, a warrior god, Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. So these 3 gods were mentioned there in Rig Veda: Agni, Indra, Soma. Agni, the god of fire, Indra, a warrior god, Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. Next is in which language it is written. Rig Veda is written in Vedic Sanskrit. This Vedic Sanskrit is not the same as you are learning in your syllabus. That is little bit different from that. Vedic Sanskrit is different from today's Sanskrit that students they learn they are in the school. So Rig Veda is written in Vedic Sanskrit. Rig Veda was firstly recited and heard rather than read. Listen very carefully. In starting, this was just recited or heard by the rishis or sages. The written form was not available there. It was printed nearly 200 years ago. The printed Rig Veda, it was available near about 200 years ago. Earlier, it was recited and heard, and that recited due to that recitation, with the people they were learning Rig Veda generation to generation, but it was printed nearly 200 years ago. So these are some of the features you can say there of Rig Veda, the oldest book. 3500 years ago it was composed by sages. 1000 hymns were there in praise of gods and goddesses, written in Vedic Sanskrit. So if any of the question related to Rig Veda you find, you can write all these things. Now the next topic is the some more things about the Rig Veda. What type of the things are there in Rig Veda? Some of these hymns of Rig Veda are in form of dialogues. Dialogues means the you can say the conversation between two or three people. So some of the hymns of Rig Veda, they are in form of dialogues. One of the example of dialogue is given in your book also. That is dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and two rivers, Vyas and Satluj. In this book, one of the conversation or dialogue between Vishwamitra and rivers Vyas and Satluj there are given. Basically, Vishwamitra is saying to these two rivers that come down from the mountains like two swift horses, two shining cows. So, in this way, the conversation is shown there between Vishwamitra and Vyas and Satluj. So, and along with Vyas and Satluj, in Rig Veda, some more rivers are also mentioned, like the Ganga, Yamuna. So, some Saraswati, even some other rivers are also mentioned there in Rig Veda as Vyas and Satluj they are mentioned. So this is one of the example in which that is shown that hymns are in the form of dialogues also. Earlier, printed text of Rig Veda, earliest printed means the printed Rig Veda. As we talked that it was available near about 200 years ago. So the earliest form that was present of Rig Veda, it is preserved, सुरक्षित रखी गई है in a library in Pune, Maharashtra. Means one of the earliest form of that print of Rig Veda is preserved there in library of Pune in Maharashtra. So this is all about Rig Veda. Now the next is language family. As we know that there are different types of languages that we are speaking. Even in India, we in different parts of India, people speak different languages. If we talk about the countries are also having their different national languages or their own rural or the different local languages. So here some of the families are given in which these different languages exist, like Indo-European family. It has languages like Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri, Sanskrit, Sindhi, and some other languages such as English, French, German, Greek, Italian, and Spanish. So these all languages come under this language family Indo-European. Indo-European is one of the language family in which these all languages are present. So the next language family, Dravidian family. Basically in our South India, four main languages are there: Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam. These four main languages of South India, they belonged to the Dravidian family. Means the languages there in South India, they come under Dravidian family. Languages spoken in Jharkhand, one of the state in India, and parts of central India belong to Austroasiatic family. Austroasiatic family has the languages spoken there in Jharkhand and different parts of central India. That these languages come under Austroasiatic family. So these are some of the language families are defined there in your chapter. Now, the next thing, topics for prayer. If we talk about Rig Veda, the oldest book, so the people that was found that people were making the prayers, and for what they were making, for what were the topics for prayer there in Rig Veda. Basically the people they prayed there for cattle, different type of animals they were praying. They prayed for children, and especially the prayers were made for sons. Then the prayers were made for horses, as they played important role in their lives for moving one place to another. They were carrying their chariots even, so they were really very much important at that time. So these were the different topics for which the people of that time were praying. They were praying for cattle, for children, especially sons, for horses. It is mentioned there in Rig Veda. On the basis of that, it is written that people of that time they were praying for cattle, for children, for horses. Now, the next is reasons for battle. Definitely, battles were also fought by the people at that time also. But at that time, there were no kings or the rulers. There were the people. The people in different assemblies they were living. They were taking different decisions in assemblies, and the men they were taking part in wars, in battles. So, what were the reasons for battles at that time? Why were they doing that? The first thing, people fought to capture cattle, as cattle were really very important for those people. So they fought to capture. Capture means kabja karna, china. They fought to capture cattle. They fought to capture land, which was important for growing crops, as they were the people who knew how to grow crops. So they fought the battles to capture land, which was really important for growing crops. They fought for water. Wherever the water resources were available, So for irrigation or for different other purposes, they really they needed water. So for water also they fought different battles. Even to capture people, they fought different battles. And what they were doing for that then? When they captured any people, any of the different number of people, what they do, they made them slaves. Slaves means das. And what the slaves were doing, these slaves were working under those people. So these were the reasons for which the people at that time were doing battles. They fought for capturing cattle, they fought to capture land that was important for growing crop, they fought for water, even they fought to capture people. These were the reasons for the battle. Now, there were no longer armies. They were fighting with each other, but there were no longer armies. They were not having any army. Most of the men took part in wars. The men, those were there in societies, most of them, they were taking part in wars, in battles. Matters of war and peace were discussed in assemblies because there were no established army or nothing else. That's why different matters of the war and peace, ladai or shanti ke liye, different whatever the discussions they were having, they had those discussions there in assemblies only. And they also chose leaders who were often brave and skillful warriors. Whatever the leaders, as there were no king or ruler with them, so they chose the leaders there, and though who were those leaders basically, they were the brave and skillful people. So this is all about the battles those were fought at the time, and that evidences we found from Rig Veda. Next is distribution of wealth. Now, as they got the wealth from the wars, so how were they distributing? Some of the wealth was kept by the leaders. The wealth that they got, some part of that wealth that was kept by the leaders, some was given to the priest Brahmins. And why? Because these priests were there to perform different sacrifices, different yajnas. Yajnas means yagya. So these Brahmins or priests, they were performing different yajnas and sacrifices in which the offerings were made into the fire. Sacrifice, balidan means. So they were offering the different things there in the fire. So some of the wealth was given to these priests or Brahmins also. Then rest of the wealth was distributed amongst the people. So whatever the wealth, the rest part of the wealth, it was distributed among all the people. This was all about the distribution of wealth at the time of battle. So in today's lecture, what we have covered? We have covered about the evidences that we got there in Rig Veda, and Rig Veda, the oldest book. Then we have done the four Vedas: Rig Veda, Sham Veda, Yajur Veda, Athar Veda. And in Rig Veda, as it is considered as oldest book, then we have done the features of Rig Veda. What is there in Rig Veda? In which language it is written? Then according to that, we have done that what were the matters of prayer for the people at that time? Why were they doing battles? The reasons for battle? And then in battle, when they got the wealth, how were they distributing? that wealth. This is all about the today's topics. Now, homework. Do the following questions. As earlier also I asked you, if you don't know the answer of any question, better that particular question you write in rough. So there will not be the cuttings there in fair register. Otherwise you can do the questions there in fair register and send the answers to me by mail. Question number 1. In what ways are the books we read today are different from Rig Veda? How the books we are reading today, they are different from Rig Veda. Second is, for which three things were battle fought by Rig Vedic people? At the time of Rig Vedic age, why were the people fighting battle? Mention some of the important features of Rig Veda. In this question, you can include when it was composed, what was the language, how many hymns are there, or these things you can mention here in features of Rig Veda. So these questions you will attempt. Thank you. Have a nice day.